was stuck in a stage where I couldn't take action. It was a good 6 months where I would just be constantly learning from different sources of people, but I would never take what I've learned and put it into use. I would always write it down on a little notebook, all the important things that I thought was important, but I never used it. Until this day, that notebook is still filled with a lot of valuable information, but I've never implemented it. And this went on for multiple months, and I constantly made excuses. And even the YouTubers and the other people that I constantly took information in, they kept saying, take action, or implement what I just taught you, or start that business. But I always told myself that, yeah, maybe later, or someday I will. And that someday never came. And I wasted so much time just sitting there and just watching educational videos. And this is what so many people do. They don't want to take that leap, so they make excuses in order to make themselves feel better that they aren't doing the thing they said they wanted to do. They always say, someday I will, or I'm waiting for this, I'm waiting for that, waiting. Things like, I'm waiting until I graduate school. I'm waiting for school to end. I'm waiting for the year to end. I'm waiting until I move out. All these different things that they say to themselves are just an excuse. And that someday, even when they graduate school or move out, they still will find another excuse to postpone what they want to do. So that someday never comes. And the reason why they say this is because they want to have that perfect timing, that perfect condition for them to just go. They want all the signs in the universe to say, yep, this is the time to go, so you can just go. But even if that happened, they probably would find an excuse to never even do it. And that's the thing. One, even if the perfect time came, most people wouldn't even do it. Two, that perfect time never comes. People wait and say, I'm waiting for the right time, I'm waiting for the perfect time, but it never comes. And people that think that the perfect time will come are still waiting till this day. So as you wait for the perfect time or that someday to come, guess what's happening? Your most valuable resource that's limited, which is time, is being wasted away. You're wasting time. And soon, that opportunity that has presented itself will pass just because the conditions weren't right. And some people use other excuses in order to stop them from doing the things that they want to do. Excuses like, I don't know how, or I don't have the time. And I will break these right now. You don't know how, but there is tons of free educational resources everywhere. Go into your local library, there's tons of books, or even just go online and type YouTube, and you'll find tons of educational videos that you can find in your specific topic. That just breaks, I don't know how. It just requires discipline and commitment. And for the I don't have time, I bet that you could take out 1 hour of something that is unproductive. Maybe that's taking out an hour of screen time, or an hour of playing video games, or waking up a little bit earlier instead of sleeping in 10 hours. So with all these excuses out of the way, just start. Start doing that thing that you always said you wanted to do, no matter the condition. Even if it's a hard time to start right now, I would say that this is the best time to start. Why? Well, because you're starting in a harder time. You have to navigate through these different obstacles, like let's say work, or you have some extracurricular activity as well, and you have to fit that little thing towards your goal into that schedule. And guess what happens when it becomes a holiday or a weekend, or you get like a whole week off? It's so much easier to put so much more time into that goal or task that you want to do. But if you start in an easier time, that so-called perfect time, that easy time will never last that long. It will always go back to hard and then to easy and then hard. So if you start in the easy times, and yes, it's easy to get started, it's easy to do all the things that you said you wanted to do, but when it goes into the hard time, school starts up again, it's university exams, that's when you drop it. That's when you say, I can't do this, I don't have enough time. So sometimes starting in the hard condition is actually better. So take that into consideration, and maybe that will change your way of looking at perfect conditions. And it will be uncomfortable when you take that leap outside of your comfort zone. But discomfort is how you learn. It's how you grow as a person. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for discomfort. I was uncomfortable when I was making my first video, but I still did it, and I learned a lot from it. Even right now, I'm a little bit uncomfortable because I'm still very new to this, but I can admit that I'm getting a little bit better every single time I make a video. And that's what happens. You don't learn this kind of experience just from watching a YouTube video, and I wish I realized this so many months ago, and I feel like I would have been in a totally different position if I just started, no matter how unprepared I felt. And yes, you will struggle, and it will be very hard to get into these tasks that you said that you wanted to do. But you will never regret it. You will never regret doing that thing that you always wanted to do. So just start. Make someday today. I hope you learned something from this video, and I also hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching.